Hello and welcome to UniTrader. We're going to keep looking at the Trader's Reality Indicator, also known as the PVSRA indicator. And today we're going to talk about strategies, setups. So one of my favorite setups actually just played out. Uh, I'm already in a short position, so I didn't take a trade. I didn't add to it, but I kind of wish I did. Anyhow, let's get into it. One thing that I didn't mention um, in the previous videos is that they put a lot of importance on the whole and half numbers. So for them, areas of resistance and support, or what they call significant levels, are the whole and half. So the thousands, the 500s, right? Um, I really don't pay that much attention to that on Bitcoin. In Forex markets, it's much more powerful, I would say, and other commodities as well and other assets. But on Bitcoin, I don't really follow that so much. I stick more to the wholes because whole numbers are much more psychologically relevant in Bitcoin. So anytime you reach 19,000, 20,000, 21,000, right? Uh, that's just what I'm just a quick statement. So it has nothing to do with what we're going to do today. But also, yesterday, what a wonderful day. If you saw the price action, it actually did head all the way down to M1, which was incredible. Incredible. I didn't think it would happen, but it did. So always gaining confidence in this indicator and loving it more and more every time I use it, which is pretty constant now. So today's setup, um, what happens is we have to really kind of look at multi-time frames when we're doing this, especially scalping. But you'll see this beautiful scalp that just played out, and I didn't take this trade, like I said, although I really wish I did, because we're already looking at a 0.66% move. That is a very nice scalp. So what we're going to do here, this is on the 1 minute time frame, so definitely scalper territory here. But we see the 50 EMA or the dragon, right? We put in this relatively decent double bottom here, and then we have our move to the upside. But on the 1 minute, we're going to run into the 800 EMA here. So this is already looking like a pretty juicy short. However, the dragon is on an uptrend. So we're supposed to kind of trade with the dragon, right? Follow the dragon. So this is why we have to use multiple time frames on this. The 1 minute time frame, the dragon is going to just go up and down and up and down, and it's much more quick in terms of reversals, right? Making scalping a little bit of a faster game. I mean, not a little bit, it's very fast. So one of the tricks that we use to trade with the dragon is you move out. So you bring it, a lot of people move to the 5 minute. I prefer the 15 on Bitcoin. So I'll show you what I mean. So on the 15-minute chart, we're in the same, so here is the trade, right, at 11 o'clock, 10:45, 11 o'clock. And you'll see that the dragon is, in fact, on a pretty steep decline, right? So we're still trading with the dragon on the 15-minute. However, on the 1 minute, it again looks, oh, it looks pretty bullish here, right? We've taken the dragon, we found support on the dragon, but we run into this 800 EMA. And again, if we zoom out to the 15-minute chart, so you're just kind of zooming in and out time-wise to see where we are. And on the 15, we're coming right into the 50 EMA, which is in a steep decline, right? So this is in fact trading with the dragon. However, as we're scalping it, we're looking at the 1 minute time frame. It doesn't really seem like that's what we're doing. It seems like we're countering the dragon. So the other possibility here is we reject, we come down, and we retest the dragon. This is a decent entry. You could also enter there, and this would be called breaking the dragon. And on the 1 minute time frame, we again know that on the 15 we're on a downwards trajectory, so we are looking kind of bearish. So we break the dragon, we come back and retest it. Now, here we've got the 200 EMA, so this might give us a little bit of a, a little bit of angst or anxiety. Sorry, not angst. I don't get angry about EMAs, but a little bit of anxiety. But if you notice, we break it, we come back, retest that, and then off we go again. And then yet another retest here of the 50. So you could have actually looked at this in two ways, because that is what is called breaking the dragon. So on the 15-minute chart, we're actually trading with the dragon. So makes it pretty obvious, not pretty obvious, but definitely a beautiful opportunity here. And then for confirmation on the 1 minute chart, we are rejecting off of the 800 EMA. So that's how we kind of get this confirmation using multiple time frames. And then further confirmation is going to be the PVSRA volume tick indicator. So we have this big, huge green candle here. And look at this. It's a tiny little candle that corresponds with it, with a big wick to the upside, and it stops. So this is what is called, well, Tino calls it a stopping volume candle. I've heard a few other people refer to it as that, and that's a great name for it because there's a ton of volume. It doesn't want to go up. It's not going up. So all this volume in this candle, and it really didn't do anything except produces this nice wick. So there is a huge amount of interactions in this 1 minute candle. Like a huge amount. 1.6 million transactions in this one candle, and that doesn't move price at all. So that's a very good indication that we're coming down. And then you get this first red vector candle here. And yes, granted, it's not huge volume, but it is a red vector candle. And we are rejecting off of the 800 again. So there's your confirmation on the red vector candle for the 1 minute chart. You could enter anywhere right here. If you wanted to be aggressive, you could take the trade right off the 800. And then if we come down to the 15-minute chart, there is no vector candle. Now keep in mind this is Bybit, so if you're on Binance it's going to look a little bit different because you have more volume. But there is no real confirmation in terms of the PVSRA on the 15-minute chart. The only thing we're doing here is confirming the downtrend. Alright, so trading with the dragon. However, the trade setup for trading with the dragon, you want to see vectors coming in. So you would want to see a red vector here, and there is nothing, right? And I'll give you an example. So actually this is an example of breaking the dragon. So the dragon is pretty well sleeping. We've come down, and then we get this big green vector. On the PVSRA, it's not overly substantial, but it's definitely a green. And then we have this pretty decent sized red vector, a pink to follow, And then we get this really weak retest of the top, and then this huge red vector candle. So you could have definitely entered at the end of this candle. Then we had a massive test down here of the 200 EMA, but it broke it anyhow. So that would be breaking the dragon. And then once we get over here, this is going to be our first confirmation of trading with the dragon or following the dragon. We come up, test, there's no vectors here, so there's no confirmation. Now, personally, I would take this trade because I have this level set up that I've had set up over the weekend that I showed you guys already. We come down, take it, come back up, come back down again, and now we come back for a retest of it as resistance. If you didn't feel confident with this, you can wait for this retest, and now we get a red vector candle pushing away from the 50. So this is a good confirmation candle right here. Stop loss would have been above the 50. If you want to get really tight about it, put it above the wick of this last red vector, but I would have definitely put it outside of the cloud personally. And so that's two strategies using the 50 EMA or the dragon that you can do. It's breaking the dragon and trading with the dragon. So again, over here trading with the dragon, no confirmation candles. So this is a no trade. However, down on the 1 minute chart, and this is what we have to really get used to, is flipping between times so that you really understand where you are in space and time. We have, broken the dragon, we got a retest, and this is a perfect example of breaking the dragon. We break it, and we get a green vector. So you definitely could have entered here, but common theory says wait for a retest and then enter. Again, we get a pink vector into it, and then this blue vector, not huge confirmation, but this is also a blue vector that's pumping up, and you could definitely look to trade that with more confluence, right? Then you would have to also zoom out to 5 minute, 15-minute chart. And so that is breaking the dragon, and this would be trading with the dragon. So you're always looking for these sort of two opportunities on the 50, because the breaking the dragon is going to indicate reversals. If you miss this, if you miss the breaking the dragon, then you are going to wait for a retest of the dragon, and you're going to trade with the dragon or follow the dragon. Yeah, the dragon. All right, so that is it, my friends. Those are your two strategies you're looking at for a 50 EMA. I mean, there's a ton more, right? And I will do more of these, but I'm just going to keep these kind of short and sweet so that there's not too much to remember or write down. As far as today goes, what I would imagine happens all depends on where we go from here. So right now it's definitely looking a little on the bearish side, but it really depends on what happens during the New York session. So again, my area of interest really begins around here, especially now. This is one of those levels that I had already from the weekend. And it's a bit of a wacky level. It's the one I talked about that was based on, let me just, come on. So on the 1 hour chart here. Hold on. Sorry guys. So on the 1 hour chart, this is a fib pull of this 1 hour candle here. This 1 hour blue vector. So the 50% mark of this candle is right inside of this, and this is a golden pocket from this low to this high. All right, so let me just confirm that for you real quick. And not only for you, for myself as well. So you see golden pocket from low to high, and also the 50% point of this blue vector candle. And now you see the low average daily range, the low ADR is right on top of there. So definite level of interest for me. If we get down here, we could spike through, hit M0, because we have lost M2. M2 is somewhere in this mess. You can see it hiding behind this candle, M2, right in the London Brinks box. Oh, it's disappearing now, but it's right there, M2. So that is what I'll be looking for in terms of long opportunities, and in terms of short opportunities, what I would imagine happening is we are going to come up and test the high of this supply area and maybe bounce off of the M4. All right, so hope you enjoy that. If you have any questions, leave the questions in the comment section. And yeah, I will leave a link to my supply and demand and horizontal level video in the description. If you haven't seen that, it is definite gold. So I'll leave that in the description. So that can also help you figure out how to plot all of these boxes that I get going here. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great day. Be safe and be well.